Heavily shorted and high beta NVTS was trending yesterday, the 28th of November 2025. Heavily shorted to the tune of around 31%. High beta because of this value. It just means that it magnifies any any gain or loss that they yeah, it magnifies any direction of the market, by 3.11%. Broadly speaking, statistically, this is what it has done. Momentum, volatility is expected to moderate in the coming days. Below average volume traded, relative to its 50-day average. We could just quickly glance at its options grid. Might get an idea of how they are feeling about the stock. We look at the November 19th series. These tend to hold the monthly series. They tend to hold more data. They tend to hold more sentiments, or more useful sentiments. I think they're slightly bullish. Yeah, they're slightly bullish. Surely they're slightly bullish, but sufficiently bearish as well. Sufficiently bearish based on the short term data. Based on the short term options data. Intraday high in that session, $9.1. Underlying trend still remains bullish. Underlying trend still remains bullish here. You can see that the 200-day moving average still sloping bullishly upwards. The extrapolation is saying that it might get it might go into a volatile accumulation towards the middle of the 19th. Towards the middle of December, around mid to late December, around 19th of December. Then after that, the a contraction may play out. Okay, those are just extrapolations. No guarantee that that will turn out to be the case. Projections are saying 15.63. It is also a pivotal projection, and the algos have been reiterating it since the 28th of October up to yesterday, the 28th. It implies that if it surpasses it, then we might go into a new phase, a new phase of probably higher highs. We might retest this in 52-week high of $17.1. But also there were upper projections as of the 20th of November. Thursday the 20th, they had 18.75, 23.17, 25.90, and it did also a downward projection of no, it's still an upper projection, 15.63. Yeah, 15.63 is also an upper projection. Okay. Momentum is expected to remain sustained at least up to that 19th as well. Then after that, when its contraction is expected to happen, momentum is also expected to dampen as well. On its 4-hour chart, let's see what we have. Okay, the extrapolation is this points all the way towards the 9th of December. It's more of a volatile upward push, but more of a sustained, more of the bounce that it picked up as of the 28th, the 21st. Yeah, more of it is expected that it will sustain it towards the 19th with volatility. Projections are currently saying, let's see what we have, 8.45, a downward projection, 9.06, upper projection, 9.44. Let's see what we have. Previous projections were saying 10.97, 12.37, 13.24. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so the stock was trending up yesterday, as I indicated earlier on. People were um, in trying to indicate that it's getting fresh attention as it works to reposition itself in the high power electronics market, an increasingly critical segment of the AI infrastructure boom. A major catalyst behind the renewed interest that people are speculating is the company's inclusion in NVIDIA's new 800-volt AI factory power architecture, a next generation platform that fundamentally changes how data centers manage energy. Traditionally, data centers rely on multiple AC to DC conversion stages, creating inefficiencies and power loss as electricity moves from the grid to server racks. NVIDIA's new design simplifies that path by shifting to a high voltage distribution model. The architecture demands ultra-fast, high-efficiency power semiconductors, a space where Navitas' GaN and SiC technologies are directly aligned. Investors see this as a meaningful validation of the company's long-term roadmap, especially its push into high-power GaN and high-voltage silicon carbide devices. Yes, yesterday was trending, yeah, and people were following a combination of events, its latest earnings outcomes, softer than expected revenue guidance, and the announcement of a private placement that could introduce near-term dilution, but also provide much-needed capital to scale for AI-driven demand. Bullish investors are leaning into the structural AI tailwinds. They highlight the company's positioning within NVIDIA's ecosystem, just as I indicated earlier on, the potential for rising GaN and silicon carbide demand in 800 volt data centers, and the possibility of a short squeeze, given the high short interest of around 31%. However, bearish voices remain cautious. They point to declining revenues, concerns about execution risk, which is a big problem. Yes, growing competition in high power uh, GaN and silicon carbide from established players like Wolfspeed. Uncertainty about how quickly AI data center capex will translate into meaningful revenue for the company as well. Well, ultimately, the company is sitting at a crossroads, near-term financial headwinds and dilution on one side, and on the other, a credible path into the heart of the AI power electronics cycle, a segment poised for massive multi-year growth. Investors are now trying to determine whether this is a temporary slowdown before a long-term breakout, or a speculative rally that's outrunning fundamentals. Okay, we also know that there was a rotation away from AI, software, and crypto assets that I think began uh, possibly, I think, maybe in the middle of October or thereabouts, or if not the end of October, thereabouts. Yeah, maybe I think late October, if not early November. That rotation may, it seems, going by the fact that most of those stocks got a bounce as of Friday the 21st, that's a week ago, they got a bounce, and many of them just have this sort of pattern. Some of them, they don't have the extrapolations done. It indicates that they may have a sustained bounce. Some do. So that's what we're looking at right now. But there's also no confirmation, no indication that that rotation has come to an end. But the fact that we've seen a bounce coming up means that money is coming back into the stock, but we can't conclude that they are now rotating back into them as things stand right now. But we'll see. We'll see. Many people may not want to stay away too long from these stocks because these are the stocks that are the game in town. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.